we know there's so much changing in our business landscape, especially from the job environment, and it's becoming more competitive. And technology has a lot to do with that being at the forefront. And so one of the areas I really wanted to tap into and kind of get your perspectives on is how important you feel technology is in today's current environment, and how crucial is it for both employers to leverage technology internally from a hiring and recruiting standpoint, as well as for job candidates to be able to understand sort of what's to come and how they can navigate through the job application process, because it's a long process. So to start, I guess the first question I have for you is, how important is it for companies to leverage technology during their hiring and recruiting process?
Extremely. So if we look at competition is all over the world. And we look at different departments such as recruiting and talent acquisition, or third-party agencies and staffing agencies, human resource departments, human capital departments. Like, there's so many of us out there, and we need to really strategize as to what's going to work best with our companies, but then we need to take a look at the bigger picture. So times are evolving, as well as technology is, and it's advancing all over the world annually. And if you don't evolve with it, then unfortunately, you're going to be held back and you're going to be left out and forgotten. And as a company, you need to make sure that you are marketable to all generations. But especially, I feel like the generations that are up and coming, like the millennials and Gen Z, and then so on and so forth. So these are newer generations that are very technological and electronic savvy. So their lives have pretty much been based around technology, and that's what they grew up with, right? So it's extremely important for companies to use strategies like that revolve around the World Wide Web. And if you want to really find and hire top talent in this era, you need to understand that there are certain things that are not being implemented anymore with candidates. So the old ways are, if you're looking for a job, the old way was getting up in the morning, getting yourself ready, having a couple of crisp copies of your resume in hand, and then heading out the door and going business to business to see who's available, who's hiring, what is out there, because you were ready to interview that day with someone and land the job somehow. Well, that's not being used anymore, unfortunately. And even if you try to do that, companies are going to straight out tell you, well, you can apply, but you have to apply online now. Everything is completely online. So the new ways are definitely using the hot platforms like Indeed, LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, Glassdoor. You have Monster, Career Builder, et cetera, et cetera. And so on top of that, obviously the companies have their own websites as well, where they're marketing themselves. And but with all of that, they're trying to reel in the best of the best. So